as an NBA player, because it is, and we talked about this off the show, like you could actually do like violent things and still have your NBA career. But the gambling is the one thing that if they nack you on that, you're done.
Yeah, yeah.
And so like the risk reward on that is really, really bad.
Right.
And again, you look at the way this story is unfolding. He's in financial distress apparently, and trying to kind of play his way out of it. The bets he's making and his participation, it's in the realm of things he can control.
Yeah.
Like,
oh wait, he was betting on his own games that he was playing in.
the props, like
props,
getting
rebounds,
3 rebounds or getting 2 3-pointers or whatever.
it is. Yeah.
And so that's different. Like for the three of us to whatever, pick a WNBA game tonight and make a couple prop bets, we have no control. We might think we have a gut feeling or whatever.
Right.
But if you're participating in that game and you're essentially refusing to secure a 4th rebound, like that's a different, something else is motivating. It's a different psyche.
Malik Beasley is being investigated for gambling, right? For betting on games, betting on his own games, actually.
Is that Drewski sitting on a toilet?
That's just a meme that they put in. I don't even know why.
Now, is that him now?
Yeah, that's him.
His barber and dentist.
So a part of the investigation that they're getting into and they're releasing some of this is that he's like a lot in debt. So when a player is gambling, the first thing you think is, why would a player need to gamble? They're making all of this money, and it's like whatever. So they're releasing some information now, and it's like, okay, well, he owes his barber X amount of millions. Okay, he's in debt here, he's in debt there, the house, whatever. And it's like that may be a reason why he can try to get into gambling, because
financial distress.
Distress.
He probably blew too much money on Pippen's ex-wife.
Have you guys
seriously?
you guys ever bet like those those games?
Yeah, I've done it. I've done it quite a bit.
Have you done it?
No.
Have you ever?
I'm not a gambler.
Yeah.
And how? Because I see that, and I don't know. I just think it's so bizarre to sit there and throw money away. I'm talking about
betting in general.
Just betting in general.
Yeah.
And then having access to it, it just, to me, because I remember, I told you about this guy that I met.
Which guy?
Some guy I met. And so he, we were chit-chatting and never went out on a date or anything like that. Just talked a little bit. And then all of a sudden he's like, hey, do you think you can loan me some money for... to pay my car payment? And I was like,
whoa,
what? and I was like, why?
Yeah.
So he's like, well, my parlay or something about a parlay, and I was like, well, why don't you just get like a real job instead of doing that? But in any case, so I'm like, you're gambling, and you want to borrow money from me? How you gonna pay me back?
That don't work. That don't work.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Now there are some people that do really well. I found that it's best for me to do it in stretches. So I'm not a constant bettor. I do it in stretches. That does well for me. And when I find something like it was a playoff run, if I'm really confident in something, there was a few things I was confident in. I cleaned up. I did pretty well. But I'm not going to keep going. Like guys who keep, like I had the hunch, whatever, the first game, I had a feeling Indiana Pacers were going to cover. Boom. I put up my money. I did well. Second game, I didn't know. I didn't have any idea. Now, guys who just like to bet, and I have a ton of friends, cousins. One guy that's commenting right here, he be giving me plays and stuff. Like they into it, man. They every game or whatever action. And I found for me I can't do that. Now, and when there was a stretch of time where I was like that. Every game, when I had to have action on it, I had to bet, and I was losing money over time like that. I was like, nah, that's not it. When I have a strong hunch on something, I'm gonna bet it, and I've been doing well with that.
Yeah.
So just text me whenever you have.
I put it in that category of kind of like people that can't function without coffee, people that need to drink liquor. Like if you put yourself in a position where you don't feel that your day has happened if you haven't got a couple bets going, that's just a horrible place to be. You should not give anything that much power over you.
Unless you're good.
Even
there's some guys that's really good at it. And there's some people that's their living. That's all they do.
Yeah.
That's the elites of the elites. But like the common day man, like we're whatever probably talking about here in this case, yeah, it's probably not the best. Yeah,
I
probably
lose
not.
$5. I'm
again,
salty.
if you're at a level where that's what you do professionally, that's your job.
Yeah.
And you're gonna take it that way. I'm kind of talking about the guy that like gets himself where it's just like it's almost this compulsive addiction.
Yeah.
That he kind of loses control over, and that's where you don't want to be.
But how do you do that as an NBA player?
Well, no,
I
that's
think
a
people
whole.
take advantage of him too because he is an NBA player, so they know that chances are he's gonna
know some stuff.
yeah, or he's gonna pay them, or he would hope that they pay him, especially his barber.
As an NBA player, because it is, and we talked about this off the show, like you could actually do like violent things, and still have your NBA career, but the gambling is the one thing that if they nack you on that, you're done.
Yeah, yeah.
And so like the risk reward on that is really, really bad.
Right.
And again, you look at the way this story is unfolding. He's in financial distress apparently, and trying to kind of play his way out of it. And I was also saying I don't know the mentality of him, but like the mentality of somebody that just feels like I need to bet every day to feel like I'm alive. That's actually probably very different from Beasley, who's actually
trying to
like
stay afloat, and he
but not
figured
even
that's
that.
the fastest way to do it.
The bets he's making and his participation, it's in the realm of things he can control.
Yeah.
Like
Oh wait, he was betting on his own games that he was playing in.
the props, like
props,
getting
rebounds,
3 rebounds or getting 2 3-pointers or whatever
it is. Yeah.
And so that's different. Like
Yeah.
for the three of us to whatever pick a WNBA game tonight and make a couple prop bets, we have no control. We might think we have a gut feeling or whatever.
Right.
But if you're participating in that game and you're essentially refusing to secure a 4th rebound, like that's a different something else is motivating. It's a different psyche in doing that. But like if what this story is accurate, the motivation is financial despair.
So he's $8 million in debt, and he made $59 million over his so far.
Over his career. And what's interesting about this, let me say this to
59. That's they're talking pre-tax.
Yeah.
So that might be like 35.
And that's a great point because that leads into what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Because Malik Beasley is a guy who he's a a role player who's been trying to stick to a team.
Mm-hmm.
So he hasn't made a ton of money in his career. And this is from like a year or two ago. Now he just had a breakout season from the Pistons, and he was a free agent this year, getting ready to make his first real money contract. So this is not like he wasn't betting this season when he had his best season.
Before.
This is from like a year or two ago.
Okay.
So he had, it's two things. He had no idea he was going to have this, great season, and Detroit was going to have this opportunity. He was on a good playoff contending team. He's top 3-point shooter in the league, and so he's about to get this huge massive contract.
And this story comes out.
Story comes out. Now that's on pause, and if he did it, it's going to be out of the league. They're not going to tolerate that. Yeah. So it's just it's damn, that's fucked up.
Well, how did that get out too?
They track
they track tendencies. They track activity, tendencies, all your emails, phone numbers.
Oh,
they get
when
you
you're
the people
about
close
to
around
sign
you.
a new contract.
No. The betting,
the gambling sites.
So the gambling sites, they can track like again, Malik Beasley's not the highest profile guy in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see let's just say on an average night there may be 1,000 prop bets involving Beasley, and then suddenly that kicks up to like 10 to 12,000. That's going to get on somebody's radar. They're going to be looking. What is the bet? What's the outcome of the bet?
Right.
Let's see how he played in that game. There's ways it kind of like trips.
They can target
notification
if it's coming from a specific general area, all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And these apps, man, one thing you don't know about when you download these apps on your phones, they collect
a lot of
lot of data, man.
and across other apps.
Yeah.